And as we continue our coverage of the proposed closure of PeaceHealth's University District Hospital, we are learning today about the impacts that it could have on the city's emergency medical services.
Joining us now in studio, KVAL's Zach Bruhl. Zach, you met with Eugene Springfield Fire Chief Mike Caven. What insight did he provide into how this change will impact emergency services?
Yeah, Brandon, Caven tells me EMS in Eugene has been consistently running a majority of their transports to Riverbend since it opened in 2008. So for much of the day-to-day operations, there will be minimal impact. But that's not to say the University District Emergency Department was not utilized. Caven tells me they send about 4,500 ambulances to UD a year, so about a dozen a day. And while that number may not seem significant, the additional transport times will add up and create a larger burden on a system that's already carrying a heavy load.
Our ambulances kind of run at capacity throughout any given day, and what we found when they moved the majority of their services, so critical care type services, out of the area or over to Springfield, is response times got longer, response reliability was more of a challenge.
Caven says the goal for EMS transports are to spend less than 10 minutes in a hospital area when making a patient drop-off. In the last month, ESF recorded about 100 drop-offs that took between 30 minutes and an hour, and between 30 and 35 drop-offs that were between an hour and 2. So Caven says he and his team are looking at additional community partners to find a solution. He says one of the first calls ESF made was to Lane Transit District.
We engage with them pretty quickly of, how are we going to address this with, in particular, our Medicare, Medicaid patients who need the extra help? How do we fill that gap that's going to be created? One, by not having access within the core, but also once they get out to Springfield, how do we get them back?
So guys, that's the beginning of the process. Caven says that through RideSource, LTD can assist with some of these non-emergent cases, helping people get access to the health care that they need when they don't necessarily need that emergency care.
Zach, obviously a lot of moving parts with all of this. Did Caven talk at all about other long-term impacts?
We did talk a little bit about kind of, we'll say, doomsday scenarios, some of those real big emergencies that can occur and that they do need to be planned for. He said if there's something like an earthquake that might take out a bridge, maybe multiple bridges, people in Eugene simply won't be able to get by ambulance to a hospital without maybe using helicopters, life flight, things like that. And that's just a reality that now the third largest city in the state is going to have to reckon with.
All right, thanks so much, Zach.